Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
The sky over Cathoria shimmered with hues of purple and emerald, a kaleidoscope of colors dancing as sunlight filtered through the translucent clouds. Towering crystalline structures pierced the horizon, reflecting the planet's unique beauty, while bioluminescent flora blanketed the landscape in a lively glow. The air thrummed with an electric energy, a testament to both advanced technology and the vibrant life that flourished here. Amidst this alien paradise, an unexpected group had made its presence known: humans. The research team, led by Alex Thompson, consisted of a handful of scientists eager to unravel the mysteries of Cathoria. Alex, a food scientist with a passion for culinary exploration, was particularly excited. As a self-proclaimed foodie, he believed that food connected cultures in profound ways, and he was determined to share the joys of human cuisine with the Cathorians. Weeks had passed since they landed, and while initial interactions were cordial, it had become clear that the Cathorian inhabitants, specifically the three alien girls in the group, held a strong distaste for human fare. Alex had watched in amusement and bewilderment as Lyra, Zeta, and Kaya, with their luminescent skin and luminous eyes, savagely mocked the simple human meals they attempted to share. "Is this supposed to be food?" Lyra had laughed, her melodic voice tinkling like chimes in the breeze as she pushed a plate of spaghetti aside, the thin noodles glistening in tomato sauce. Zeta and Kaya joined in, their expressions oscillating between confusion and grotesque amusement. "This is no spectacle for our taste buds," Kaya exclaimed, her alien features scrunching up in disgust as she examined a slice of pizza adorned with melted cheese and pepperoni. "What even is this odd circular mass?" Alex, seated at the table with them, could hardly contain his laughter. Their reactions were nothing short of priceless, and though he felt a twinge of pride for the culinary art he adored, it was clear his mission would require more than just recipes. Okay, he chuckled. "Let me introduce you to some other dishes. Have you ever tried?" "Please, spare us the attempts at impressing with your primitive fare," Lyra interjected with a glare, although there was a hint of playful challenge in her eyes. Her long, flowing hair illuminated slightly as she tilted her head in curiosity. Alex was undeterred. Food is a huge part of human culture. It's not just about sustenance, you know. It's about community and connection. Lyra raised an eyebrow. "Connection? You mean to say sharing this pizza nonsense somehow bonds you?" With a grin, Alex leaned back in his chair. "Absolutely. Let me show you what I mean." As the comet of his unyielding optimism collided with their skepticism, a spark ignited in the air, a promise of exciting culinary adventures to come, and perhaps the beginnings of an unexpected bond between two vastly different worlds. The following days were an adventure for Alex. As laughter and jeers about human cuisine echoed through the research facility, he dedicated himself to a plan. He would create a culinary experience that would leave the Cathorians speechless. He spent time in the facility's makeshift kitchen, experimenting with different combinations, determined to find a way to make pizza palatable to their alien tastes. An idea struck him one evening while chopping vegetables. What if he combined Cathorian ingredients with classic pizza elements? There were exotic spices native to Cathoria that danced upon the tongue like fireworks. If he could merge those flavors with traditional pizza, maybe, just maybe, he could win them over. On the day of the cultural exchange, Alex felt a swirl of nerves mixed with excitement. He had invited Lyra, Zeta, and Kaya for a tasting event where human and Cathorian foods would be served side by side. The vibrant layout of the dining area highlighted both cultures. A colorful spread of human foods on one side and an array of alien dishes on the other, each more bizarre and vibrant than the last. "Welcome to our culinary duel," Alex announced, standing in front of the spread like a master of ceremonies. Lyra folded her arms, her luminescent skin shimmering in the soft light. Zeta and Kaya stood beside her, their expressions a mixture of anticipation and skepticism. "Human food can't possibly compete with our delicacies. But I'm curious." Lyra tilted her head, a hint of amusement dancing in her eyes. Alex nodded. "Let's start with the first dish, pizza." "But," he raised a finger mischievously, "this isn't just any pizza. This is the Cathorian Pizza Remix. He unveiled a large, steaming round of pizza topped with an array of colors. Golden orange Cathorian cheese oozing over the edges, sprinkled with iridescent herbs and the famed Glorian fruits, known for their burst of sweetness and unique tang. The sight was mesmerizing, and even Lyra's initial skepticism seemed to waver. "Let's see if it truly deserves the title," she remarked, moving in for a closer inspection. As the Cathorian girls took their first bite, Alex held his breath. A moment of silence passed, during which time seemed to suspend itself. Then Lyra's mouth widened in shock, her expression shifting from doubt to awe. This is incredible." Zeta gasped, her voice high as she devoured another slice, her hesitation long gone. "Your cooking can be remarkable." Lyra's eyes sparkled with excitement as she followed suit. "I cannot believe this is human food," she exclaimed, stuffing her mouth. "You humans have potential." As laughter filled the space and each of the Cathorian girls shared playful jabs about the insipid nature of human cuisine, an unexpected camaraderie began to form. The atmosphere transformed, a blend of humor, delight, and genuine interest. As they shared this meal, barriers started to crumble. Laughter erupted like fireworks as the girls experimented, combining their own native spices with the pizza, pushing the boundaries of flavor beyond what Alex had imagined. Amid the clattering plates and joyful chatter, a sense of intimacy began to weave itself through the group. Alex felt an unfamiliar, yet thrilling warmth, directed especially at Lyra as her laughter resonated like music in his ears. Her earlier disdain for human food faded into the background, replaced by the vibrant connection blossoming between them. As they cleared the table, Lyra turned to Alex, admiration flickering in her eyes. "You've done well, human. Perhaps food can truly bridge our differences." He grinned, feeling his heart race as their gazes locked. There was something unspoken lingering between them, a spark igniting and interest generating far deeper than mere cultural exchange. "Just wait until you try desserts next," he teased. "I have a feeling even pizza will pale in comparison." "Challenge accepted," she replied, determination glinting in her eyes. Little did Alex know, this was just the beginning. The cultural exchange had proven to be a success, much to Alex's delight. The laughter and camaraderie shared over the pizza opened up new avenues of conversation and curiosity. The alien girls were at his side every day, eagerly asking questions about human culture and even attempting to teach him about Cathorian traditions. One afternoon, during a quiet moment while the stars shone brightly in the Cathorian sky, Alex suggested an idea that would further strengthen their bond. "How about we host a grand culinary showcase? You can share Cathorian dishes, and I'll cook more human food. We'll invite the other team members and some local Cathorians. It'll be a cultural feast." Lyra's eyes shone with excitement. "A gathering for all to taste both worlds? I love it. But are you sure your food can impress beyond the confines of pizza?" Alex chuckled, a challenge burning within him. "I'll make sure to bring adventurous flavors to the table. Just you wait." Preparations began, and the entire group became involved, gathering ingredients and planning dishes. The day of the showcase arrived, the atmosphere buzzing with anticipation as the facility's dining area transformed into a festival of sights and smells. Cathorian dishes radiated vibrant colors, each more alien than the last, while the variety of human food sparkled under the lights. As the team set up, Alex couldn't help but feel exhilarated. The kitchen buzzed with energy as he crafted a fusion dish, a thick-crust pizza topped with Cathorian-inspired marinara sauce, alien vegetables, and a sprinkle of their native spices. With each knead of the dough and each chop of vibrant produce, he poured part of himself into the meal. When the doors opened, the guests filtered in. Research team members mingled with curious Cathorians, their eyes widening at the eerie beauty of the dishes laid out before them. "Welcome to our Epicurean adventure," Alex announced, grinning as he surveyed the crowd. It felt almost surreal seeing the two cultures blend within that space. Lyra took charge of the Cathorian dishes, proudly showcasing her people's exotic meals. Alex caught her eyes as she described the intricacies of their cuisine with fierce passion, enlightening the crowd on the significance of their flavors and textures. It was in these moments that he saw the true depth of her culture, rich with stories and history. The first few rounds of tasting were met with both laughter and intrigue, but everything came to a head when they unveiled the pizza. Holding his breath, Alex watched as Lyra took the first slice, her luminous eyes feasting on its beauty. "Let's see if this is truly worthy of Cathorian standards," she declared, taking a bite. And then a silence enveloped the room, muffled by the weight of anticipation and expectation. Lips parted, smiles broke out like sunlight breaking through clouds. "This is exquisite," Lyra exclaimed, her voice dancing with excitement. "I declare this dish a triumph. Your cooking has surprised me, human." The room erupted with cheers and applause. The guests eagerly lined up to experience the culinary fusion. Zet, one of the Cathorian scientists, praised the blend of cultures and flavors, while others joined in merriment, sharing jokes about their initial judgments of human food. As the evening continued, the laughter grew louder, and Alex felt a euphoric sense of connection blossoming. He caught Lyra's gaze, and the two exchanged knowing smiles, the air charged with something deeper than friendship, a spark of attraction igniting in the vibrant atmosphere. With every encounter throughout the evening, Alex and Lyra's chemistry seemed to deepen. They began to find themselves gravitating towards one another, their conversations becoming intimate as the night wore on. After the main events, Alex offered to help clear the remnants of their feast, and Lyra volunteered to assist him. Alone in the kitchen, amidst remnants of food and laughter, tension hung thick in the air. "Thank you for making this a memorable night," Lyra said, her voice softening as she leaned against the counter. "I had no idea your food could evoke such joy." "Food does that," Alex replied, stepping closer. "It brings us together, allows us to share experiences. Just like this moment right now." A moment passed where their gazes locked, the space between them filled with possibilities. Alex's heart raced as he leaned in, drawn by the magnetism. They were no longer just a food scientist and an alien girl. They were two souls standing at the precipice of something profound. "Alex," Lyra began hesitantly, her cheeks glowing their familiar luminescence. "I didn't expect to feel this way about a human. It's exhilarating and terrifying." His breath hitched, realizing how vulnerable she was too. "I know what you mean. I hope we can discover what this could be together." Before they could delve further, however, a loud cheer erupted from the dining hall, prompting them to return to their guests. Though the moment was interrupted, the unspoken connection lingered between them, igniting a flame that neither of them could deny. With the success of the culinary showcase, Alex and Lyra found themselves spending more time together. The eating event had opened the door to an enriching bond between them, characterized by playful banter and deep conversations. Each day, they explored one another's cultures beyond food, allowing their connection to evolve. Alex was determined to understand Cathorian customs, attending gatherings where Lyra introduced him to her world. He learned about their ideas of community, expressed through vibrant festivals celebrating unity and gratitude. Lyra shared stories of her upbringing, weaving tales of ancient legends and cherished memories that resonated with him on a profound level. Meanwhile, Lyra was equally captivated by Alex's historical anecdotes about Earth's traditions. She listened intently as he recounted the rituals of Thanksgiving, family gatherings, and celebrations dedicated solely to food. Her laughter would echo around them as he made jokes about human quirks, and she began to see the beauty in their shared humanity. However, it was during an intimate dinner that they stumbled upon Cathorian mating rituals. Intrigued women and men from Lyra's world paired off to celebrate their connections, and she couldn't resist sharing the fascinating customs with Alex. "During the ritual of blooming, we celebrate regeneration," Lyra explained, her eyes sparkling with excitement as they enjoyed a spirited meal at the facility. Lyra's face lit up, animated as she gestured while recounting. "It symbolizes the start of a new cycle, where connections are honored and solidified." "So, it's like a festival of love?" Alex asked, intrigued. Lyra nodded, leaning in closer. "Yes, and it's custom for partners to share food representing their bond, often spicy or sweet, whatever reflects their relationship." Alex chuckled. "You know us humans have something similar, but it might be a little less grand. A romantic dinner can achieve the same vibe, right?" Perhaps we should celebrate our own bonding with food, Lyra suggested, an impish grin spreading across her face. If you can handle the spice of our rituals. Bring it on, he grinned back, playful determination fueling his excitement. Later that week, Alex devised a plan to create a fusion platter, showcasing a variety of both Chthorian and human favorites, prepared with visionary spices and flavors that reflected their experiences. As they served each other bites, laughter danced around them. Every morsel became an exchange of reverence, each flavor a representation of their growing connection. In the days that followed, shared meals became their sanctuary. They enjoyed playful cooking sessions, pushing culinary boundaries with their unique blending of spices and ingredients. Each whimsical creation stirred their imaginations, and with every slice shared, they found themselves revealing more of their hearts. Days turned into nights, and their hands brushed occasionally, an innocent touch sparking electricity. Each time, a throbbing anticipation coursed through Alex, a longing developing that was at once thrilling and terrifying. He saw the way Lyra's breathing quickened when they stood close, her luminous eyes shimmering like stars in the Chthorian sky. One evening, as they prepared food for yet another gathering, the chemistry between them reached a boiling point. They enjoyed the vibrant colors of Chthorian vegetables, paired with zesty earth flavors, and the air around them crackled with intensity, a silent acknowledgement of what lay beneath the surface. As they assembled their elaborate dish, Lyra's finger brushed against Alex's hand, drawing an involuntary gasp from him. She looked up, her eyes wide, and for a heartbeat, the world around them faded into a blur. "Alex," she began hesitantly, voice softer than the whispers of the wind. "Lyra, But just as their lips drew near, a sudden interruption shattered the moment. Kaya burst into the kitchen, breathless and agitated. "You both need to come. There's trouble brewing among the Chthorians, and there are some who oppose your presence among us." The words dropped like a stone in a calm pond, sending ripple effects of uncertainty through Alex's heart. He exchanged glances with Lyra, their moment of intimacy slipping away like sand through fingers. The reality of the growing tension simmered around them, and just as they were on the precipice of a new chapter, events beyond their control seemed ready to intervene. The atmosphere in the facility thickened with tension as rumors of dissent spread among Chthorians. A faction had emerged, led by voices who considered the human presence a threat to their cultural purity. They believed that interactions with humans diminished Chthorian uniqueness and caused turmoil in their traditional ways. Alex and Lyra were called to attend a meeting with Xantara, the leading council elder, a statuesque figure embodying pure authority. As they gathered in a dimly lit chamber, murmurs of discontent echoed off the walls, heavy with frustration and indignation. Alien features twisted into scowls and narrowed eyes directed toward Alex, the air electric with animosity. "We do not need outsiders to dictate our values," Xantara began, her voice ringing with conviction. "Our way of life has been upheld for centuries, and it is our duty to protect it." Lyra's glimmering irises met Alex's, her expression turmoil masked by resolve. "But Xantara, these humans come with knowledge and experience that can enrich our culture. Isn't it worth exploring the connection we've formed? Connections with strange food and foolish customs?" A Chthorian among the audience scoffed, a sneer curling his lips. "Have we abandoned our pride so quickly?" The room throbbed with fervid debates back and forth, voices rising and falling like thunder. Alex felt the weight of their discontent pressing down on him, grappling with the fear of being the point of contention that could unravel all he had worked for with Lyra. When Alex was finally given the opportunity to speak, he stood, trying to quench the tremor in his hands. "I don't wish to undermine your values or disrupt your culture. I've come to understand and appreciate the intricacies of Chthorian life, the food we share, the laughter we engage in. It shows that we can be united through our differences rather than divided by them." His words hung in the air, met with skepticism and resentment. The elder council exchanged glances, contemplating his passionate plea, while some audience members remained entrenched in their convictions. The debate carried on well into the night, and the growing animosity escalated into heated confrontations. Lyra, frustrated with the lack of understanding from her people, rose again. This is an opportunity for learning. We must not shy away from the unfamiliar, but instead embrace it for growth. I refuse to let fear dictate our potential. As voices surged and tempers flared, Lyra and Alex found themselves seeking refuge outside the council chamber. The cool Chthorian breeze was a relief, but their minds were cluttered with thoughts of uncertainty. What happens now? Lyra whispered, worry lacing her voice as they walked along the crystalline pathways lit by bioluminescent flora. Their earlier revelry felt distant, overshadowed by the rift threatening to rupture. I don't know, Alex admitted, his heart heavy. But we can't give up on what we've built, Lyra. We have to show them that this bond is something beautiful, something to be celebrated. Lyra nodded, yet her eyes glistened with concern. But how? Some believe it's a betrayal to our people. And what if the opposition grows stronger? It's going to be challenging, Alex responded, determination clawing at his insides. But we can face it together. We need to bring light into this darkness. Let's share our experiences. Show them what uniting through food has accomplished. Suddenly, a sense of urgency ignited in Lyra, her posture solidifying as she gripped his hands. Then let's create a moment that cements our bond, a celebration with our flavors, where the barriers get blurred. Perhaps that will convince others to see the truth. Alex's heart raced at her resolve. A culinary festival? We can invite everyone. Make it impossible to ignore what we share. With newfound determination, they began crafting a plan, a way to breach the divide that loomed ever closer. Yet, even as excitement coursed through them, shadows of uncertainty still hovered about. As strong as their bond had become, the struggle between acceptance and rejection churned, a tempest raging within the backdrop of their growing relationship. And just as quickly as joy sparked in their hearts, they were reminded that love and connection would have to conquer terrifying conflicts ahead. The following weeks were filled with fervent preparations as Alex and Lyra worked tirelessly to organize the culinary festival. Both human and Chthorian cultures would be represented in a vibrant display of flavors, historically bonded by the act of sharing food, a symbol of unity. As the day approached, excitement mixed with anxiety hung in the air, not only among the organizers, but throughout the entire Chthorian populace. Murmurs spread regarding the festival, sparking both curiosity and dissent. While many were eager to taste the fusion of cultures and witness the bonding celebratory moment, others held fast to the belief that this was a dangerous step toward cultural dilution. Tomorrow, we show them what we stand for, Lyra said with fierce determination, her luminous skin aglow with hope as they prepared the final touches. This will be a defining moment. The flavors will represent us all. Despite the challenges, as the sun rose over Chthorian, the festival commenced with an air of electric anticipation. Colorful banners adorned the gathering area, casting shades of joy across the crowd, while enticing aromas enveloped them, stirring their senses. Alex had outdone himself that day, preparing an extravagant human Chthorian menu rooted in the spirit of compromise. Pizza adorned with Chthorian spices, skewers of exotic fruits alongside grilled human meats, and delectable desserts infused with alien ingredients awaited excited guests. As the festival began, Lyra and Alex took to the stage, standing side by side in front of a myriad of captivated faces. Lyra's voice rang out with clarity, resonating with zeal. Today, we celebrate the bond formed between our two peoples, enriched by our differences and strengthened by our shared love for food. Let this festival reflect our unity. The cheering crowd felt like a wave of warmth as they joined Lyra's proclamation. They began sampling everything. Experimentation lit up their expressions, Chthorian pastry paired with human cakes, laughter echoing as they delighted in the unexpected flavor fusions. Those who once opposed began to soften, captivated by the joyful embrace of culinary discovery. One by one, locals who were initially skeptical approached Alex. They tasted the remarkable blend of pizza, a radiance of Chthorian cheese and spices, the sweetness of earthiness that was unmistakably human. Their apprehension melted away, faces lighting with understanding and pleasure that transcended cultures. This embodiment of unity was palpable. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an aura of dusk across the festival, Alex glanced around at the amalgamation of humans and Kythorians mingling freely. Laughter rang through the air, creating a symphony of joyous camaraderie. But just as serenity enveloped them, a loud voice broke through. Xantara marched forward, flanked by the dissenters, her expression steadfast. "What is this spectacle?" she called out over the noise. "We cannot allow our traditions to be married with the chaos of outsiders." Lyra stepped forward, heart racing yet resolute. "We have been given a gift, the chance to embrace who we are while learning from one another. This festival is proof of that potential. Together, we can create an enriched future instead of a strained past." The crowd absorbed her passionate words, rippling with murmurs of agreement. As if emboldened by the groundswell of support, Alex raised his voice, addressing both Xantara and the crowd. "Culture isn't merely rooted in isolation. It thrives on connections. Today is about understanding, breaking walls, and forging new paths together." In that moment, something shifted. The resistance in the air began lifting as smiles spread across the faces of the assembled, and even Xantara hesitated, the flicker of doubt crossing her stern expression. Perhaps there's merit in your union," she conceded slowly, glancing at the overwhelming joy around her. Alex and Lyra exchanged hopeful glances, exhilaration coursing between them. Even as the tension dissipated, the moment was a turning point, a bridge built on sustained effort and mutual respect. As offerings of food continued to flow, Xantara spoke again, her voice steadier now. "Then let us find a balance. We can welcome new ideas while cherishing our core values. Let today mark the beginning of an expanded Kythorian tradition." Cheers erupted like a wave of radiance, the crowd embracing the newfound genius of unity. Lyra squeezed Alex's hand, the warmth melding their hearts and hopes. Together, they spun deeper into celebration. Festive dancing began to vibrate through the night as alien lights illuminated the joy surrounding them. As the festival reached its crescendo, Alex held Lyra tight, her laughter harmonizing with the laughter of those around them. In a moment that felt unendurable, he tilted her chin up, meeting her gaze filled with the brilliance of the stars reflected in her eyes. "Thank you for believing in us, for fighting for what could be," he murmured, leaning down as their lips found one another. The world around them fell away. They were not just human and Kythorian, but two souls unified, a melding of cultures and an embodiment of love. The festival's glow seemed to spotlight their connection, a promise of exploration and understanding forged in each unique flavor they had shared, a commitment to a future that embraced differences and celebrated unity. The festival gradually subsided, echoing laughter fading into the soft glow of bioluminescent flora. As the last remnants of joy settled, a profound sense of accomplishment enveloped Alex and Lyra. They had bridged a gap once thought insurmountable, and the connection forged through food and shared experiences blossomed into something undeniably beautiful. The following days saw the afterglow of the festival reverberate throughout Kythoria. The council was invigorated, inspiring new policies that encouraged cultural exchanges and collaborations between humans and Kythorians. The shift marked a turning point in history, a new chapter that highlighted kinship, understanding, and acceptance. Messages flew between the two worlds, and soon the research team was integrated into daily life on Kythoria, becoming ambassadors of cultural exchange. Each member took on a role in fostering bonds, helping to ensure that the unity born from the festival would flourish. Lyra and Alex found themselves at the heart of every movement, seated at the table of discussions, crafting the roadmap for their intertwined futures. They cooked together, laughed together, and even explored each other's worlds more, unhurriedly drawing closer as days became weeks. One evening, under a sky shaken with the brilliance of countless stars, they gathered once again for an intimate dinner. This time, it was more than just a meal. It was a celebration of who they had become. As an array of dishes stood before them, each representing their respective cultures, their thoughts drifted to the beauty of all they had shared. "I'm amazed at how far we've come," Alex said, swirling a vibrant drink made from Kythorian fruits, savoring its sweetness. What started with laughter and curiosity has transformed into something truly special. Lyra smiled, her luminescent eyes shimmering in the dim light. "Food has always been more than sustenance for our people. Together, We have proved that it can be the catalyst for understanding. As they exchanged bites, every flavor was a reminder of the journey they had undertaken. In sharing their culinary practices, they had opened not only hearts and minds, but stitched their experiences into the fabric of their souls. Each dish symbolized not just their origins, but also their acceptance of one another, their willingness to embrace what they once thought impossible. Do you think, Lyra pondered, her tone contemplative, that our bond will guide others too? That they will see our differences as strengths? It already has, Alex replied, a warm smile playing on his lips. The festival was just the beginning. Our story will inspire many, just as our bond has grown. He reached across the table, taking her hand in his, the warmth of her touch igniting a flame of hope within him. I want to make this journey together forever. Whatever adventures await us on our worlds, I want to share them with you. Lyra squeezed his hand, her heart racing at the vulnerability laid bare between them. Me too, Alex. Together, we can nurture this connection, explore everything it signifies, our partnership, our cultures, our love. As they shared another taste of their culinary delight, the night held a promise. A new dawn awaited that would illuminate their paths as they marched toward a future rich in diversity, discovery, and understanding. Together, they walked toward their intertwining destiny, weaving a story that transcended galaxies, a passionate tale where food represented more than a meal, but rather a celebration of what it meant to coexist and thrive, united against all odds. And under the shimmering Cathorian stars, they embraced the future hand in hand, knowing that their bond would forever change not only their lives, but the very fabric of their world.